In replay center, Brian Forte, and here we go. Boston beat them 4-0. Missed shot there by Brown. Knicks will have it first, defeating Detroit in the first round 4-2. And down low, Brunson finding Hart, who always seems to find a trigger for this team. It's Towns on top. Double-double in Game 6 over Detroit. Bridges with the miss.
The offensive glass in that first-round matchup with the Pistons.
Both of these teams had physical first-round series. Porzingis inside. Knocked away by Bridges. Picked up Porzingis. Outside three. Good. Put down. Derek White.
Another thing that's going to be a race in this series is who can win the offensive glass. Looks like Bridges coming up a little gimpy after that first defensive possession there for the Knicks.
And wasn't he great in Game 6 against the Pistons with 25 points? Best offensive game in the playoffs for him as a Knick. Brunson off a 40-point game-winning performance in Game 6 inside Towns, defended by Porzingis. And here comes Brown for the Boston Celtics. Corner three, White with a rebound by Hart. Knicks on the move. Bridges with the ball. Deflected away. Holiday. And OG Anunoby has the ball. Holiday being back after missing 3 games with a hamstring issue.
Look at all the padding he's wearing as well.
Hart will switch inside. Oh, what a nice dance move on Porzingis. Beautiful move inside by Josh Hart.
He is so good around the basket.
Brown the other way. Another 3 from White. Porzingis backs it out. Brown's got the ball. Celtics control. White on the fly with a whistle.
Late whistle at that. How about the aggressiveness of Derek White coming out here already with 3 field goal attempts. But how about this move by Josh Hart? Little up and under.
Him, Brunson, the second leading scorer in these playoffs. And back of Antetokounmpo. White at the line. Here is Joe Mazzulla in his 3rd year. Took over for Ime Udoka as an assistant coach, a long-time assistant a couple years ago.
For such a young
coach. It was
coach.
Last season, the defending champs.
For such a young coach, a no-nonsense coach. It's all about business in terms of preparation. One of the best at such a young age.
Brunson the other way. 2 minutes with the 3 points in Game 6. On top for Hart. It's a 3. Towns tries to corral it. White has got it. And the Celtics, who are 28-13 at home, the other way. An offensive rating number 2. It whistles over the head of Porzingis, and that's saying something because he's 7-3 with the big reach. Thrown away in a turnover by Boston.
These are some of the things that Coach Mazzulla was talking to us about. We cannot afford to have careless turnovers like that versus this New York team. We want to win the possession battle.
Here's a whistle. Brown was over there defending Brunson. That is going to be a fierce battle with a look at 5th-year head coach Tom Thibodeau. Brown picked up his first. Former Celtics associate head coach under Doc Rivers. Won the championship, was here from 07 to 2010. Bridges will curl. Shot clock at 7. Brunson in the paint. And that teardrop is just terrific. His mid-range shooting is wonderful.
One of the best mid-range players in the game. Another turnover here by the Celtics.
Intercepted by Bridges. Gets it back from Hart. Tries to finish. White with the knockaway in the defense. The other way is Holiday. Bad hamstring and all the 3. No. Rebound Brown. Got shoved inside. Hart was in there battling in a foul.
This team so dangerous. Number 2 in defensive rating behind Orlando, who they knocked out in the first round. This team is so good on both sides of the ball.
Josh Hart picked up his first personal foul. Brown is at the free throw line in the Orlando series. 84%. And tonight from Boston, the NBA on TNT is brought to you by the Kia Telluride X-Line. Kia, the official automotive partner of the NBA. Brown tonight playing in his 130th playoff game. He has been involved and won 17 career series. It's Hart.
And you see the smaller player guarding Karl Anthony Towns. That's by design for the Celtics.
Brunson goes right into Holiday. Towns is there to clean it up and put it in for the New York Knicks. Towns with his first 2.
And that's the advantage New York will have. If they're going to play Jaylen Brown or Tatum on Karl Anthony Towns, he's got to hurt him on the offensive rebounding glass.
Tatum drives right by Towns to the hole and a whistle. Good first step. And Tatum coming off a marvelous Game 5 against Orlando with 35 that closed down the Magic. Karl Anthony Towns picks up his first personal foul. And Jason Tatum will be at the free throw line. So the Celtics took care of Orlando in the first round, 4-1. Had to play a little bit differently than they normally do. They did not get as many three-point shots off in time. And Allie, we've got the Celtics down by 2 right now.
Kevin, you're right, and Coach Mazzulla will be the first one to say every. He said he considers the X factor shot margin. He mentioned in the Orlando loss they were -12 at halftime, but he said outside of that it's the simple things, rebounding and taking care of the ball. We've already seen both of those play a role in this game. We know their offense is built on 2 things, 3-point shooting and taking care of the ball. Where they are top notch in this league.
Absolutely, and Allie, thank you. Here's a steal by Tatum, ramming his way into Hart, who will pick up a foul as he was stride for stride with Tatum the entire length.
And those are the primary 3 players, and they don't play a lot off the bench.
Celtics already in the bonus. Here's a 3 from Tatum.
Wow.
And Brunson's got it. Brunson averaging 31 points in these playoffs. Here is Hart. And looked like some miscommunication. He and Towns having a discussion.
Yeah, but if I'm Karl Anthony Towns, I was going to assume that Hart was going to shoot that as well. Porzingis was 5 feet off of him, and it was almost at the top of the.
McBride is in. Miles McBride, who's coming off a offensive struggle in the first round. 3. Tatum. Towns defends. And Tatum with 4.
And 2 of 7.
Brunson a wheel. Corner 3 up and down. Big shot right there. Confidence-wise for McBride puts the Knicks up by 1.
And that's one thing that Deuce McBride can do for this Knicks team. He gives them instant offense off the bench.
Tatum again leans into Towns.
And that's going to be 2 on Towns.
So Towns has got 2 and Hart has got 2.
4 or more fouls in 5 of the 6 games versus Detroit. So he's known to get in foul trouble.
Knicks have not taken a free throw yet, and Boston has gone 5 of 7 from the line. The upcoming playoff schedule, TNT tomorrow, Indiana, Cleveland. That is game free throws to end that Orlando series. And here he is again at the line. We're tied at 11.
On the regular season, Towns 249 fouls. That's the 3rd most in the association during the regular season. On the bench now with 2 early fouls.
So Robinson in, McBride in, the 2 off the bench. It's McBride, another shot. White defends, tapped by Jaylen Brown, who's battling the knee but seems to have it under control. His 3. Rebound McBride aggressively grabs the ball and leads the Knicks the other way. Bridges on the fly, 3, no. Brown rebound. Early release, Tatum from behind. Bridges can't get him, and Tatum on the runaway. And Tatum has the last 8 points for the Boston Celtics. Robinson has it right now, 6.5 in the first.
Can I run up there really quick and just give him a quick forearm to the chest?
Well, I think he still has the bruises from when you guys went. Here's Brunson. Brunson 1 of 2 so far, defended by Horford. Rebound by Brown.
Looked like that very spot on that game winner versus Detroit.
Brown and the Celtics the other way. The Celtics have missed 6 of their last 8 threes, and they still lead by 3. Tatum on top. Bridges is on him. Now the switch. Shot clock at 5. 3. Tatum.
And this is a bad position to put Mitchell Robinson in. He is not comfortable 25 feet away from the basket, guarding a dangerous offensive weapon like Tatum.
With that basket, Tatum just passed Paul Pierce, all-time Celtic playoff scoring OG Anunoby. Cans a shot from the wing, and Tatum and Anunoby. And Anunoby has played him well. They go inside. Lost by Porzingis. Here's McBride again. Hart's on the bench with 2. Towns on the bench with 2 fouls. Robinson a screen. McBride 3. Got it.
Instant offense off the bench for the Knicks. 6 quick points for McBride.
It's Porzingis coming off an up and down first round against Orlando. White, Tatum. Brunson will defend. White outside over the close of Anunoby. Horford's got the rebound. And a first shot clock with which to work for the champion Celtics. Here comes Tatum over Brunson. Tatum is on it.
My goodness, it's barely even touching the net. We saw what he did against Mitchell Robinson, the 7-footer. Then he has the smaller Brunson and just shoots over.
McBride on top. Anunoby. And it's a 3. And he gets it again. This is over the defense of Horford. Anunoby coming off a terrific Game 6 at 22 points in the series clincher over the Pistons.
Career season for him, averaging a career high 18 points, but from that 3-point line, so solid all year long.
Here's Brown nudging his way into the paint. It's picked up by Robinson. Both teams are healthy, both the Knicks and Celtics. Full health. Anunoby another 3.
Going for the hat trick there for OG. You talk about both teams being healthy, but just the optics and looking at Jaylen Brown, he doesn't have any lift on his shot. There's a putback there and a miss by Porzingis.
Right at the doorstep.
Absolutely.
Tatum is dealing with a bad knee. Here's a pass. Brunson trying to get the charging Anunoby. It ricochets out of bounds off of New York.
How about the
Allie Pritchard is checked in for the Celtics.
He had, and I just wanted to add to Tatum, when I spoke with him individually, he said, this year's just been so much fun. We have a special bond about us, and we're all at a special place in our careers individually. We've had a lot of success personally. We've gotten the awards. We've been compensated. But now, they impact each other and lift each other up, as you see them doing exactly that. We want to play with joy. We want to execute, and we're in it for the bigger picture, not just the individual accolades at this point.
Payne has come in for Brunson. Anunoby tried to razor one inside for the cutting Robinson. It's Tatum the other way. New York's defense is there. New York's defensive rating in the regular season, 13th. And Boston's offense, number 2. 3, Tatum. Rebound, Bridges. And off to Payne, had that marvelous Game 1 in the win in the Garden, coming from behind. Part of a gigantic run. He had 11 himself in the 4th. He tried to throw it inside and throws it away with a Knick turnover. 5 for the Knicks in the first quarter. Pritchard. Tatum. Payne defending. And across the lane. Can't get it. Payne's got the rebound. Robinson was there with rim protection in New York the other way. McBride. And Tatum comes out on him. And a hold. Tatum. Will pick. Here we go. 2:07 to go. We're in the first. Anunoby will get it out to Payne, and down low Towns playing with 2 fouls, bumping into Horford with the whistle down low. 1:59 to go. Horford, number 1. Boston had a foul to give.
The gamble here by Coach Thibodeau. 2 minutes left here in this first quarter. Putting Towns back on the floor with those 2 fouls.
McBride and Payne. Towns and Mitchell Robinson. Anunoby, that's the 5 for New York. Shot clock at 7. Towns will make a move. Horford in the way. Got it. Nice aggressive move by Karl Anthony Towns. He's at 2 in a row, and he's got 4. Holiday back on the floor. Horford out there. Tatum, Cornette, and Pritchard, the 5 for the C's. Inside, easy work, but Holiday can't get it at the doorstop. And here they come with Payne the other way.
See a little bit of the rust on Holiday there, missing some time with those hamstring injuries. The last 3 in that Orlando series alone.
Payne will drive on Horford.
That's going to be 2 fouls on Al Horford. Back to back.
Knicks are on top by 1 against the Celtics.
Robinson's in. He's going to help at the rim. We got all shooters in. We get to the paint. Somebody's going to be open. Be ready to shoot.
Pritchard, the sixth man of the year, was passing. Towns got it, and the whistle was blown. Here's Pritchard at the line. Your sixth man award winner. 5 of 8 at the free throw line in the Orlando series.
Well, if you're the Knicks, you're in a good position and very fortunate right now. The game is tied. You've gotten 2 fouls to Hart, 2 fouls to Cat. 5 turnovers in this first quarter, but yet you're only down 1.
Knicks have hit 4 threes. 0 of 2 from the line. Here's a whistle.
It's on Cornette. It's going to
Robinson, who missed a ton of games coming back from ankle surgery, the fan on the first. Don't miss a playoff moment with the NBA app. Download the app today for the latest scores, highlights, and behind-the-scenes access to all the drama.
free throw line for both teams in this first quarter. The Celtics 8 for 11, 0 for 4 for the Knicks.
Pritchard, under a minute to go. He'll put up a 3.
5-point swing. 2 missed free throws at one end for the Knicks. Pritchard makes them pay with a 3.
Pritchard and the Celtics made more threes and took more threes than anybody in the NBA this season. Good feet inside. Anunoby was met by Cornette. Robinson is trying to go up after the rebound with a whistle and a foul.
What a beautiful meeting at the summit here. But again, Cornette's fouls, they're expendable. First free throw made here for the Knicks by Mitchell Robinson.
Robinson in his 7th season. He enrolled at Western Kentucky. He never played there after high school basketball in Florida and Louisiana. Tatum the rebound. With a half minute to go in the first quarter. 3 Tatum. Towns gobbles up the rebound and gets it out to Payne.
That was a 2-for-1 possession there for the Celtics. That's why there was a quick shot by Tatum.
It's Towns outside. Holiday will defend. Bad hamstring and all. Doubled up. Cornette got in there and fouled him as he was firing with .9 on the clock. Cornette picks it up again, and it will be his 3rd personal foul. So here's Towns at the line. They made the trade before camp for Towns, and they sent Randall and DiVincenzo to Minnesota. Karl Anthony Towns finished 12th in scoring, 2nd this season in rebounding, and is probably destined for one of the All-NBA teams. Baseball season is in full swing. TBS and streaming on Max.
So according to what you just said, teams, right? Karl Anthony Towns, new lease here with the Knicks. All-star. He'll probably be on one of those 3 All-NBA teams. And how about Minnesota and what Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle, what they have brought? Here's a steal off of Tatum.
Horford will try to defend. Did not get it off in time.
How critical those things are.
Yeah, well, finishing your defense is huge against these guys, so we got to make sure we have bodies on them. They're going to go hard to the board, but then once we secure it, they're going to keep coming after the ball. We got to protect it.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Allie LaForce moments ago in the paint, drifting to his left. Holiday connects. First basket tonight. We've had 11 lead changes and 5 ties. McBride the other way.
How about the pressure by Pritchard on McBride? Eating up some time in that backcourt.
Brunson is on the bench. We know that he was battling an ankle late in the regular season. We know he battled it in the Detroit series. They swarmed Towns, but he still got it to go inside. And a quick aid for Karl Anthony Towns.
You're going to see that more and more. Jaylen Brown or Derek White, one of those smaller defenders on Karl Anthony Towns. How about him not settling on the perimeter? Take him down to the post.
It's Brown driving on Towns. And picked up by Hart. Josh Hart with a couple early fouls. Back on the floor. Brunson is sitting. Inside they go. And picked up right there. And that's a foul.
Eyes in your way to create space.
Pritchard picks up his first. Brunson back in the game.
And they go one more time. Right at Brown.
Towns, nice spinning shot. Now, he had a 10-point, 15-rebound performance in Game 6 against Detroit. Tom Thibodeau talked about his rebounding and his defense, the key, even though it was not his best game. Come out firing tonight here in Game 1. Brown inside and fouled on the play. As each team is knocked in 4 3
fouls. He's got to be incredibly important these next 3 or 4 minutes that he doesn't pick up a silly third foul.
Bridges picked up number 1. And tonight from Boston, the NBA on TNT is brought to you by Hyundai Customer Assurance. Putting people first when affordability matters most. Boston is 10-8. And like I said, both teams have hit 4 threes.
And that's something during the regular season Boston was not great at, getting to the free throw line, because they relied so heavily on that three-point ball that there wasn't a lot of fouls. But in this postseason, they've been great in terms of getting to the free throw line. What a pass.
Nice pass. Brunson into Hart. Goaltending the call. Count it. And it's a 1-point New York Knicks lead. He's
there by Hart. Nice find by Brunson.
Celtics have had almost a week off since they closed out Orlando. 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Brown and Towns.
That's going to be 3 on Karl Anthony Towns. That's the gamble and the risk you take, leaving him out on the floor, because he's got a clicking offensive.
Who were number 30 in free throws made, and just about as deep in terms of poor ranking in terms of free throws attempted, will be at the line again with Brown.
Going to the bench with those 10 points. Jalen Brunson, the Knicks' leading scorer during the regular season and, of course, these playoffs. He only has 3 field goal attempts and 2 points. He has to start stepping up his offensive looks towards the rim here.
Brown dealing with a bone bruise in his knee the final 2 months of the regular season. Sat out 8 of the final 16 regular season games. But says he's close to being about as good as he can possibly be and can manage it. Down Brunson, a foul on Brown of Boston.
Now with 2.
Knicks' 3rd straight season they made the second round. Boston the second round, the semifinals of the Eastern Conference last year to the Indiana Pacers, but they were not healthy. Now they are. Good fake 3. Brunson, no. He went down. Holiday fouled him. And 3 coming.
Just kind of brushed him.
Brunson in the Detroit suit.
6 missed free throws in this first half, partner, by the Knicks.
Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and make every playoff moment more on America's #1 sportsbook. FanDuel Sportsbook app. Knicks by 1.
And Brunson, we talked about, and you mentioned about getting to the free throw line. During the regular season, he averaged 7 free throw attempts. In that first round versus the Pistons, 9. So it shows you how aggressive, how he has picked up his game.
And against Boston in the regular season, just 4.5. Holiday inside.
For those of you kids watching at home, watch Drew Holiday on defense and his preparation in guarding Jalen Brunson. I mean, this is a master class.
Brunson the bump into White. Feeding Hart. Got out of traffic. McBride 3. No. White the rebound. And it's Brown. Tatum is sitting for Boston. Towns on the bench with 3 fouls for the Knicks. Out of bounds in 7. 51 and 31 this year.
Here, Porzingis can kind of get going a little goose egg thus far.
Pritchard 3.
2 threes off the bench for Pritchard.
That puts the Knicks up by 3. McBride. Robinson the screen. McBride right into Porzingis. Bride has come off and given some nice points, leaving the Thibodeau bench. Pritchard will drive into Miles McBride. Now it's Porzingis. McBride with 8. Here comes Porzingis. He comes off the bench and scoops it home.
How about the hesitation there by Pritchard? That's what froze Robinson.
We got a fun little matchup there. McBride against Pritchard coming off the bench. It's Bridges with a floater. Nice shot from Mikal Bridges. In the regular season against Boston, averaged 14 points and was 43% from the floor. Nice feed. Brown to Holiday.
Tempo starting to pick up here the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Hart inside, tried to contort, and he was fouled as he was going airborne. With 7:34 to go in the second quarter.
Partner, watch Peyton Pritchard here.
He triggers so much. He gets the motor going. He can really cajole his teammates, and with his play on defense, one of the best thieves in the NBA.
So he does all the little gutty things that Coach Thibodeau and these Knicks need to be successful in games. And when you least suspect it, is able to score around the hoop.
Here comes Holiday. It's a white three. And a rebound out of bounds off of Boston.
Very legend for Boston, but some lesser known players for the Knicks. How about Rory Sparrow, who was the 3rd leading scorer on that Knicks team? Truck Robinson, the 5th leading scorer for New York. How about Gerald Henderson? For the Boston Celtics, defensive two-way player Dennis Johnson was for the Celtics.
We're approaching 7 to play in the first half. Brown shed the defense, then Brunson came back. Brown again, shot clock at 8. The series of fakes and a jab step. Brown will get the 2 to go. They're hitting their 2s. It's been the 3s that have not been falling. 5 of 16 from distance for the Celtics. Hart screen, Bridges drives. It was deflected by Holiday. His defense on display.
That will be a theme throughout this series. Deflections by the Celtics. Them in OKC, 1 and 2 in terms of deflections.
Brown and Hart.
Back-to-back buckets by Brown.
Jaylen Brown averaged 23 against Orlando. Averaged 22 in the regular season. The bulky knee, we know. That ball was kicked by Horford. Some Celtic sees. 34-year-old Drew Holiday, 2-time NBA champion. Bridges with the fadeaway. It's caught by White. 6 to play in the first half. Brown 3. It's a rebound by Horford. Holiday, Horford, the collision, and the Knick foul. McBride. He's 38. He's played 18 years in the NBA. College champion at Florida, NBA champion here. Robinson will check back in. Biggest lead right now. Earn badges to win prizes with the NBA ID Playoff Challenge. Members in East Orlando in that entire series. And he stands up there right now and hits the second. And it's a part of a 15-5 Boston Celtic run. And look at Brunson the other way. Count it, foul.
No, they're going to say before.
Now they're going to have a conversation.
He's going to call a foul on Pritchard. Looked like they were trying to intentionally foul.
That none of the criteria for a clear path presented themselves. And the foul occurred prior to Brunson beginning his upward shooting motion. Therefore, as called, this is a common foul. They're in the penalty. Robinson would shoot 2 free throws.
Exactly what.
And Boston had to be on the radar in terms of why they made these moves, why they gave that kind of money, and what they thought they could accomplish.
But thinking behind it, you re-sign OG Anunoby, who's one of the best two-way players, but more importantly, his defense at that wing position. Mikal Bridges, who hasn't missed a game since his junior year in high school, a wing player, defender, two-way player. And then you bring in Cat to match up with Karl Anthony Towns. Absolutely, they're trying to copy what the Celtics are doing.
Tatum back in. Brunson will defend. Cross-court Holiday. On top White. Here's a 3. It's picked up by Brunson.
They should foul Robinson again.
Anunoby 3. He's hit 1. Rebound Tatum. Quick outlet. Early release. Right at the other end. Nice transition by the Celtics.
They're fouling Robinson again.
Taking a Page out of the previous series playbook. Holiday.
But again, you're putting a bad free throw shooter, Robinson, back at the line.
Back in.
And that's Coach Mazzulla and the Knicks. They can afford to do it because they have depth. They have lots of players that they can go deep in. Mitchell Robinson picks up a quick foul here.
Precious Achiuwa has come in for the Knicks. Shot three, Tatum no. Achiuwa the rebound. Achiuwa didn't even play in the Pistons series.
Here he is getting his first look. Welcome to the playoffs, Precious.
Anunoby, cross-court Brunson. Step back three. Leaping rebound by Hart. Parachutes in to get it. Anunoby hard to the hole. Picked up Hart. Three around him. Brunson open triple. Got it.
I love me some Josh Hart. Man, this young man does everything. All the dirty work. All the extra possessions for your team.
Horford three. And Bridges could not snare it.
He's in for the Knicks.
Three. Cornette back in. Holiday will chip it up and through. And he's got 8. And he's hit 4 in a row. Brunson will orchestrate just under 4 to go in the first half. Game 1. The Eastern Conference semifinals. Brunson into Pritchard.
Pritchard's a 5th defender to guard him.
Anunoby inside. Tatum with the rebound. Brown with the ball. Into Bridges. Off to Tatum. Into Cornette. Rebound Cornette. Tripled inside. Oh, he's in a torture chamber trying to get out with a whistle.
29 made threes.
Tonight, each team has made 5 threes. Pritchard drives on Brunson. Ball jarred free. Whistle on the Knicks. That's going to go on Anthony Towns. He was the #1 overall pick in the draft the same year that Porzingis was chosen by the Knicks. It's Brunson against Holiday. Bridges and Pritchard. New York shooting 45%. Brunson on the fly. Inside Hart was battling. That's a foul on Boston.
And it's all created because of Josh Hart on the offensive glass.
So Hart at the stripe. Played since April 23rd and then starts tonight. And has scored well. There's Tatum with the rebound on the miss. He's got 6.
8 of 19 from the free throw line. Wait a minute, is this going to be 3 on?
So Brunson's got 2 field goals and 3 fouls.
So if you're New York, 2:45 left here in this foul. Violation, double violation on the Celtics.
3 and 7. It feels like they're peaking at the right time in a 61-win season. And on the road, they were spectacular.
Here's the switch. Tatum wants on Achiuwa.
Tatum with a series of moves and a 15-footer. It's picked up by Mikal Bridges. He'll go the other way for the Knicks. And Brunson and Pritchard. Hart with the screen, and Brunson is free to fire. Jalen Brunson.
Tough.
9.
Getting to his left and to his spot. Hang around here if you're the Knicks. You've got the best closer in the game, number 11 in blue.
Brown, the MVPs. The finals last year goes inside on the drive, and Cornette will finish. Cornette has come off the bench for 4. Brunson in flight. Achiuwa hits the deck, down hard. Celtics the other way, led by Tatum, off to White. In the corner, Pritchard open for 3. Cornette couldn't get it. Achiuwa grabs it, and it's in the hands of Brunson.
Offensive foul on OG.
5 of the 6 games in that first series against the Pistons for the Knicks decided by 6 points or less. Brown, the pump fake and the scoop. That was a pretty play for Jalen Brunson. But for Jaylen Brown, who takes it in, and Brunson will come the other way for the Knicks. And Tatum will try to stay with him. On the side is Hart, 3 over Brown. Rebound is grabbed by White. Comes out of the pack, and he's the other way. Into Brown, touch up and in.
And there was nothing that Brunson can do because he didn't want to pick up that 4th foul.
And the lead for Boston, their biggest tonight, of 14 points.
All about closing quarters.
Yep.
Celtics doing it right.
With the Celtics on an 11-3 run, it's Brunson working on Pritchard. And Jalen Brunson puts it up. Cornette with the rebound. Hacked out, spinning out of traffic, gets it out to White. Celtics shooting 41%. Knicks down to 42% from the floor. Shot clock at 5. Brown and Brunson. Jaylen Brown hits again. Final seconds of the first half. Brunson the move. In the corner. It's a 3 from Anunoby. Saved by Bridges, hoisting one up at 1 point. Tatum. Brown. Good if it goes.
From Jalen, understanding, don't be complacent. He understands that this team, they're striving to go back-to-back championships here as Karl-Anthony Towns first shot of the 3rd.
Towns sat out the last 9:46 when it was tied at 31 in the second quarter, and Boston outscored the Knicks 30-14. Here comes New York. Bridges underneath. In the corner it goes as they try to finagle something here. Bridges, it's a 3 and he got it.
See if they can get him going. Bridges was only 1 of 6 before that 3 right there. 5 points now. This is a guy coming off 25 there in game 6 in Detroit.
Knicks to close out the second quarter. Minutes 11 of their last 13 shots. Brown with the 3. Towns defends. Rebound Bridges. And the Knicks the other way. It's Brunson. Towns into Tatum.
Nice.
Spin move, no good. Rebound Hart there again. It's a 3, Bridges. And the rebound by Tatum. With White to Holiday. Step back 3 for Drew Holiday. Puts it through. And he's got 11 points.
How good has he looked in his return. Missed the last 3 ball games in that Orlando series.
Each team with 6 made 3 so far in this one. Towns and Tatum. Shot clock is already down to 4. Shot clock violation.
That's a terrible possession there by the Knicks. You're Karl-Anthony Towns. You got to get the ball out your hand quickly when they come to double.
Just to set the floor here, the Celtics started Porzingis, but in the second half, they're starting Horford at that position.
And it doesn't even look like Porzingis is on the bench. You're wondering if there's been a reoccurring injury to Porzingis.
Tatum lost the ball, and that's an over and back. It goes to the Knicks. Allie, what do you have?
Well, when I was standing in the tunnel right before we started this quarter, KP ran to the locker room, and we just got confirmation from the team that he's questionable to return. He's dealing with an illness, they're calling it. So as I get more details, I'll let you know, but that's all we know for now.
Now remember, he went through stretches where he missed a lot of games because of an illness. So you're wondering if this is just a reoccurring theme for him.
Brunson making a move on Horford, hits the deck as he goes through, back on top. Anunoby, Bridges, 3. And picked up by Brunson with the collision into White. And a foul goes on Derek White.
Bounds and gets fouled going back up.
Porzingis has missed a lot of games, almost half the season with injuries. and illness. Brunson at the line. Tonight from Boston, the NBA on TNT is brought to you by New Balance.
And think about this for the Celtics. Talk about them being shorthanded in the illness to Porzingis. They've only had their top 7 scorers play in the same game 17 times out of 88 total games. And they're 12-5. Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, White, Pritchard, Holiday, and Horford. So they've had to deal with all these types of injuries all season long, and they still have the 3rd best record in the association.
Offensive rebound, Horford on the miss free by Tatum, kicks it out. White is free. Here's a 3.
7 for 28 now from deep for the Celtics.
Celtics have their biggest lead tonight. 17 points. Towns doubled.
Wow, they are frustrating Cat down in that mid-post area. Well, again, there by Holiday to create that turnover.
Right again, here's a 3. Hart with the rebound. He's got 8. Brunson, Hart. With 8.5 to go in the 3rd, Anunoby will take it in hard and get it to go. Pretty play by OG Anunoby. 8 points for him. Averaged 17 against the Pistons in the 1st round. After averaging 18 in the regular year.
Have to switch with Karl Anthony Towns. You're going to have to send help. This is what Charles was talking about, being left on an island.
Tatum, good cut by White. Inside Horford. Towns will take it out. And it's Hart the other way for the New York Knicks. Now shooting 40%. Anunoby lost the ball as he had the bump. It's out of bounds. It's off of New York. Off of the Knicks.
Now for the Knicks, 6 for the Celtics.
Tatum was trying to sneak that win in there, and it's Bridges coming out of the pack. Towns will drive hard. Karl Anthony out 4 of 8. Holiday the other way. Up high, they go for Brown. And back on top. And now in the corner. Brown 3. Bridges the close. Rebound Karl Anthony Towns. With Brunson drawing the defense of Horford. Towns maneuvering on the smaller defender. Just picked up his 4th personal foul. With the defense right there by Drew Holiday.
This 3rd quarter has been 5 rebounds. Just very frustrating.
White will zigzag. Trying to set things up. Only 23% three-point shooting for the Celtics tonight. Here's a 3 by White. And that will drop. And it's an 18-point lead, and it is the biggest tonight in this game 1 for the defending champion Celtics. After we had 15 lead changes in the 1st half with 8 ties. 6.5 in the 3rd. Towns takes it home.
Oh, man.
What defense? What defense? Inside Horford. Timeout Knicks. And Brunson. Hart and Anunoby. 2 off the bench here. Cornette and Pritchard for Boston. Approaching the halfway point of the 3rd quarter. Anunoby kicks it. Hart 3. Got it. They needed that. Halfway through the 3rd quarter.
I wonder if Cornette even got a finger on that.
Hart has got 11 points and 8 rebounds and a 3 by White. Entering at the other end.
4 for 11 from deep for Derek White. 16 points, leading the Celtics right now.
And 3 threes here in the 3rd. 3 Anunoby. He gets it to ring up at the other end.
His 3rd 3 of the evening.
So Boston is 9 of 32 from 3. 8 of 20 shooting from distance for the Knicks. Tatum, cross court, Brown, the fake. Hart flies by, the three launched. Cornette tipped it. It's picked up by New York, and the speed of Hart the other way. Chased by White, knocked away from behind. Saved by Bridges. Out to Anunoby, the three. Good! Hits it right there. So he has hit 4 threes tonight for the Knicks.
And the Knicks, if they want to get back in this ball game, create offense from your defense. Turn them over at one end and timely threes at the other.
Anunoby with 14 points. White is on top. He'll put up a long three with Brunson in front, and Bridges the rebound.
One shot now. Here's a chance to run. This is when the Knicks are at their best, is in transition.
Brunson through traffic. White will tail him, and they'll reload. Anunoby will feed inside. Robinson was held by Cornette, and a foul called on Luke Cornette.
That's going to be 4 on Cornette, but he'll give.
And for the playoffs overall, 6 of 23. At the line right now for New York as we take a look at our FanDuel live point spread for tonight's game with 4:26 to go in the third.
Well, Sam Hauser making his first appearance tonight. This is a guy that was in the normal rotation during the regular season, struggled in those first 2 ball games versus Orlando, first 3 ball games, but the last 2 really shot the ball well from deep.
And his shooting percentage, number 20 in the regular season in the NBA. 2-point shot. It won't go for Horford with the lunging rebound by Robinson. The Knicks are on a 7-0 run with Brunson putting the full throttle move in. That is off. Tatum had it, and he'll take it the other way. 5th leading scorer in the regular season. Corner 3, Hauser. Caught by Robinson, saves it, and the Knicks with under 4 to go in the third. Brunson is 3 of 10 with 11 points and defended by Horford and now by Pritchard, and he's still got it to go. Timeout Boston with the Knicks. Got it now. When he got a screen, he'll put up a 3.
On cue. It's like you were willing that 3 there from Tatum. You give a lot of credit to this Knicks defense, which has allowed them to kind of crawl back in here.
Brunson 4 of 11. Pritchard's defense is there. The fadeaway is launched and nailed. And Brunson with 15.
So now that Tatum has seen one go through, let's see if he's going to try to be a little bit more aggressive here.
He averaged 31 against Orlando. Here's another 3.
Whoa. Whoa.
That was way outside. Brunson will make a move. Horford will defend, and inside the line, rebound by Tatum. He's got 13 rebounds.
Are we looking for a hat trick here from Tatum?
Brunson is on him.
Oh, that's an offensive foul.
Horford, sideline, Hauser, 3. Rebound, Robinson smears it and gets it out to Hart. Right through traffic and right to the rack. Rocketing inside, gets it to go. He's got 13 and 5 here in the third.
Josh Hart is always on downhill mode, especially in transition.
Brunson comes out quickly on Tatum. It's another 3 by Tatum. And a rebound by Hart. And the Knicks are running. Anunoby at the other end. He slides in for 2, an 11-point game. He's got 16.
I am absolutely loving what the Knicks are doing right here. They're limiting the Celtics team to 1 shot and getting out in transition. This is what Coach Mazzulla did not want to see.
And Towns with 4 fouls on the bench. Pritchard will take it in.
Oh, good D.
Chiseling his way. But look, he's surrounded by blue. They're on the floor, grappling with it. Hart yanked it away. Hart hurt his hand. And Brunson the other way with the 3. Bullseye. Oh, got it.
Here they come. Led by Mr. Clutch himself, Jalen Brunson. We've got this down to 8, and this is all being done with Karl Anthony Towns on the bench. with those 4 fouls.
It's a 7-0 run by the Knicks. On the side, Horford 3, no! Rebound Bridges. Brunson the other way. Got the screen. Finds a gap. Has the isolation, shot clock at 7. Throws one inside. Kicks it out. Anunoby 3, no! Rebound. There goes the whistle. And there.
This goes to the depth of this Boston Celtics team we saw all year long. I talked about big time missed free throw there by Anunoby. How the shorthanded Celtics. Look at the pump fake here from Mo.
So Jaylen Brown has come in for Boston. Anunoby at the line. Goes 2 of 3. Fouled as he was taking the triple.
20-point lead down to 6.
And the final seconds of the third. A third quarter which has really benefited the hard work, rebounding, and fast break opportunities of the Knicks. Horford 3. Horford cans the long shot. Seconds remain. Here comes Anunoby. Brown is there looking for separation. 3, no. Brunson had 9. New York ends that third quarter on a 20-9 run. Outscored the Celtics 30-23. Cornette. Towns is in. The ball hit the rim, resets the clock. White for 3, close Robinson. Rebound aggressively taken off by Cornette. Brown on the side. Holiday 3, no. Rebound Towns.
Knicks dodging bullets there. Cornette offensive rebounding one after the other. And the Celtics coming up empty-handed.
McBride in the game for the first time in the second half. Bridges. Off the fingertips of Robinson. It goes right to Pritchard. Ahead he goes to Holiday.
And these offensive rebounds shouldn't happen with the Knicks with the double big lineup of Towns and Robinson on the floor.
Tatum is out for Boston. Brown will work his way into the defense of Towns for 2. It's out of bounds. It's off of Boston. It's New.
How long can I keep Jalen Brunson, the best fourth quarter player in our game, over there on the bench? You want to keep this within single digits to try to bring back your closer.
Here comes Bridges. Pritchard will watch him. McBride 3.
Huge.
Big hit for Deuce McBride with 11.
His third made 3 here. What a timely basket here.
Boston led by 20. That lead is down to 6. Brown is on top. Works in on Towns. Shot clock at 6.
Look at this swarming Knicks defense now.
Weaving, and the defense turns the ball over.
That was all Josh Hart with that steal.
McBride.
Oh, look at this step
It's
back.
a 3. It's off. Rebound. Towns inside.
Yeah, but it was Josh Hart who created the opportunity for Karl Anthony Towns.
A 25-9 run by the New York Knicks.
This is absolutely amazing what the Knicks are doing here.
They've won 3 straight games on the road, New York has. It's Pritchard on top. The defense by Bridges, the 3. No. Rebound Towns. Lassos the ball.
12 for 45 from 3 is the Celtics.
Bridges. McBride 3. Off. Rebound. Pritchard saves it. And a timeout taken.
A timely timeout. Coach Mazzulla, he's recognizing he doesn't like.
Right ankle injury. The team confirmed he is questionable to return. Also, no additional word on Kristaps Porzingis, who left the game because of what the team is calling an illness after playing just under 13 minutes. And just a reminder, he also missed 8 games in March with a viral illness that he couldn't figure out or identify for a long time that they ended up calling an upper respiratory. So could be the same, could be different.
Anunoby cans another 3. And now New York is on a 28-9 run. Boston has missed 14 of their last 18.
And
that's a foul on Boston.
Foul on Cornette. Again, a lot of this run with Jalen Brunson on the bench for the Knicks.
Brown back out there for Boston. Bridges tries to penetrate over Horford. No. Rebound is out of bounds. It's off of Boston. It's New York's ball. Down by 1. The Knicks led early 2-zip. They trailed by 20. We have had 15 lead changes all early in the game and 8 ties. But now New York with a chance to come back from 20 and take a lead here. Towns. Horford is there. This is for the lead. Missed it all. Inside. Dug out by White. Brown aggressively inside into Hart. Foul.
Then roll behind him.
For spot minutes, I would try to get Josh Hart. He needs a blow here. He has done everything at both ends of the floor here. I know he's an Iron Man, but if they can get a spell for him for a minute, bring back Deuce McBride, who's knocked down 3 threes here.
Bridges has played the most minutes for the Knicks at 38. No one has made and no one has played more than 31 minutes for Boston. Here comes Bridges. He's got 5. Horford will defend. On the side. Hart 3. No. Tatum the rebound. He's got 14 rebounds. In the corner. White 3. No. Rebound Towns.
A lid on the basket here.
The other way. Flying inside. Hart fouled as he was driving. Down by 3, 7. How about these numbers? For Hart, fanning right there. NBA on TNT tonight, brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Is 18 of 22. Hart is 2 of 5. 1 of 2 right there, 2-point game.
Boy, 14 missed free throws on the road, and it's a 1-possession game.
Tatum with 19 and 14. Knocked away, a steal by the Knicks. Anunoby will take it in and hammer it home. Ties the game at 86. What a comeback by New York. And now it's Brown. Brunson is out there.
Yeah, he's on an island alone.
Brown, Tatum, shot clock
recovery.
at 2. Anunoby was there. Brown to the hole. It's grabbed inside by Bridges. With New York on a 31-11 run.
Great defense, team defense by the Knicks.
Brunson with 18. Towns with 14. Bridges, Towns, Horford on him. Shot clock at 3. Karl Anthony Towns, the spin, the drive, the ball knocked away. What defense by Horford? White the other way. Tatum, Holiday, a 3.
With the best record in the Eastern Conference and stealing home court.
It's Brunson. Third quarter made a difference. Oh, the quick maneuver and the teardrop inside, which he always gets. Anunoby has the ball. Fresh shot clock, good offensive rebound for the Knicks. Anunoby will wheel, keep his balance. In the corner, Brunson, 3, good! Brunson ties it at 89.
Again, you have the best closer in the game. There's a reason why he won the clutch award. We saw that in that first round versus the Pistons.
It's Holiday with a 3. No! Brown the offensive rebound. Horford will control. Tatum's on top. And Towns will defend.
They've been intentional on that
3.
switch.
It's off by Tatum. Offensive rebound. Another one by Boston and Holiday. It's Brown finding a gap. Driving inside.
Offensive rebound and doing the Knicks in. But this is officially a clutch game now, and the guy with the ball is Mr. Clutch for the Knicks.
He won the award. Holiday is on him. Brunson's got it. 7 of 16. The stutter step in the corner. Hart. Anunoby, step back, three, right, defend, shot, no. Bridges the offensive rebound, but it was also touched by Boston. It's controlled by New York. Brunson again. Brown this time will defend. Shot clock at three. Brunson a fake and a foul on Brown. What a maneuver. Deception.
The shoulder fakes. And again, look at his eyes. His eyes are always locked on the rim. So as a defender, you're always conscious of him just raising up. This is what makes him so talented, is because he can do it all.
Knicks were down by 20 in the third, but controlled the third, came out strong after half like they did in Game 6 in the third in Detroit. 2-2 right there, Brunson. Another tie, now at 91, 10th of the game. And White the other way with 16 points. Tatum with 19. Brown with 18. It's a three. Rebound Hart. Hart's got a double-double with 11 rebounds, adding to his 14 points. He has been terrific tonight for the Knicks.
Great offensive player with the ball and a fantastic defender in Holiday.
Now the switch. Brunson a three. Oh! Got another one. First New York lead since early in the second.
Well, if you're Boston, no need to panic. There's a lot of time left in this ball game.
White for three. No. Rebound. Holiday controls. Spinning three. No. Rebound, Bridges, and a whistle. Shane, 3.5 to play in regulation with the Knicks by 3 after trailing by 20.
And he can also draw a foul.
That's a three. Got another one. He is a machine. Brunson cans a three. The lead is 6 for New York. And Brown will chisel his way in with Bridges backpedaling on the defense. And Mikal Bridges picks up the Knicks' 5th
Tray of the evening.
Brown is at the line tonight, 6 of 8. TNT is your new home for Roland Garros. Watch the stars of the tennis world descend TNT and streaming on Max.
Just think about Jalen Brunson's playoff career with the Knicks in 30 games, averaging 30. He's sitting at 29 right now. 7 assists. Just an unbelievable moment here. What we're witnessing from Brunson.
29 for Brunson. 5 for 7 from 3. 8 points in clutch time. Boston's got 2. Holiday is on Brunson. Now Horford. It's off to Hart. Lost it there. Kicks it back out. Anunoby doubled. Fires. Caught by Horford. Now to Tatum. Knocked away Brunson.
12 of 35 from the field and 4 of 21 between the 1-2 punch of the...
Hurt that injury in the Orlando first-round series. Sat out game 2, finished strong.
He has no lift. He has no lift on his jump shot.
It's Brunson with a 2-point lead and 2:40 to go in regulation. Hart with the screen. Holiday fights through it. Brunson has a whistle. And a carrying the ball violation. They'll try to tie with the pass inside. Now the lead if White can connect. Boston by 1. Tatum with the ball. 21 and 15. It's a 3 by Tatum. It's a rebound. Chase retrieved by Holiday. Tatum again. Brunson will defend. Tatum on top. Step back. 3. No. Rebound Anunoby. It's off to Brunson. .29 for Brunson.
You don't need bring another player over.
The spin off Holiday. Inside he goes. Outside Anunoby. 3. Good. What a shot.
The OG doing it again.
Here comes White. Brown inside. Holiday got it to go. Sneaks in by Towns. ties the game at 100.
You are so worried about that three-point line for Boston, you forget how wide open the paint can be. Here's the switch. They have Horford on him. Here comes the soft double by Holiday.
Shot clock at 5. Outside to Anunoby. He'll put up a 2. Off. Rebound. White hits the net. Cradles the ball.
Great.
Timeout.
What a great.
Unbelievable.
Great.
Not a soul is sitting. It's Tatum with Anunoby defending. Shot clock at 6. Now over Robinson. 3. No. Rebound right through his hands. Picked up by McBride. Timeout.
Being a decoy, if you're Jalen Brunson, you know all eyes will be on you. Someone could be open as well. Watch Hart on the offensive rebounding.
There's a quick whistle. Boston had a foul to give.
Little dribble handoff here.
Towns. Brunson up for the lead.
Oh, man.
Timeout. Boston.
New York has a foul to give. But you got to foul the person's back. If you see his shoulders and they're facing the rim, you got to let him go.
Weidl inbound. It's off to Tatum. The defense was there. We have got overtime. Escape of the NBA overtime records. This past season, New York 6-2, Boston 4-2, and Brunson will take it. Had one at the doorstep edge and could not convert, which would have given New York the lead.
This has been the bread and butter, the switch with Al Horford.
It's a 3 by Brunson, tapped out by Towns, back to Jalen, 3, no. Brown a hand on it, White will control, Hart is there, thrashing at the ball.
They're gonna get Hart with the foul, his 4th.
Started, but is back in the locker room ill. Will not return. White got a Brown screen. Shot clock at 5. It's inside, looking for Horford. Kicks it back out. Wild pass, 1 to fire. It was deflected. Great Knick defense. Brunson and Holiday. And Bridges has it here. Works on Horford. 16-foot fadeaway. Tatum has it. It's Brown, and Towns will defend.
Oh, what a steal by Bridges.
Bridges. In a congested corner, he somehow dug it out. Inside Anunoby, the cut, and the jam, and the foul. Anunoby, a spectacular game with now 29 points, matching the 29 of Brunson. And he's at 6 threes.
And it was OG that got the ball rolling for these Knicks in that 3rd quarter.
Yep, you're so right. Hitting threes, scoring, and resuscitating the Knicks. Holiday, he'll put up a 2. Rebound, Bridges had it. He hits the deck, lost the ball. Boston's ball. Tatum will inbound. In overtime.
Tatum 6 of 21, 4 of 15 from deep.
Brunson is defending Tatum. Shot clock at 2. A bump, a fadeaway, and a miss inside White. No, picked up by Towns. It's Brunson again. Holiday is all over Brunson. Horford will watch hard. 2.5 in overtime. It goes to Anunoby. Tatum is there. In the corner, Bridges, 3. Bullseye! It's a 6-point New York lead in overtime.
And it's been all Mikal Bridges in overtime. His defense at one end and a big 3 right there to put the Knicks up 6.
White throws inside. Tatum got it. 4-point game. Approaching 2 to play in OT. Brunson will make a move. On the fly, another miss. Tipped in by Towns. Towns tips it in. Karl Anthony Towns with 14 points. Back to a 6-point lead for the Knicks. It's Holiday and Horford and Tatum. Towns and Tatum. Tatum makes the move. Out to Brown. Horford in the corner. Step back three. No! Flying rebound. Pulled down by Holiday. It's out to Brown. He's open from three. Got it!
Finally. 45 missed threes by the Celtics. They finally get another one to go to make this a one-possession game.
Here comes Brunson. Approaching a minute to go in overtime. Holiday is right there. Brunson will try to make a move. Shot clock down to 2. Step back 1, 2. No. Rebound Brown. Boston's got it. Down by 3. Brown the move. By Hart to the hole. No. It's picked up by Towns. Brunson down the middle. The trailing Hart holding it right here.
Take some time off the clock here. I would make this almost a 1-4. Let Brunson go one-on-one.
It's Brunson. The bump into Holiday. Now to Hart. Shot clock at 2. It's a 3. Off. Rebound White. Boston down by 3.
Might want to take a foul.
Here comes Tatum. Tatum will dance and feed. Ball deflected. Picked up Brown. Brown a 3.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No.
Fired.
That's a bad foul there. He was in possession of a 3. Oh, no shot. Robinson's on the ball. That's a big target.
Weidel inbound. Boston down by 3 and a timeout, Boston.
Great defense by the Knicks, forcing everything.
3 seconds left in overtime. Mitchell Robinson will be on the ball. White will inbound. It's off to Brown. Bridges there. They hold it. They trample. It's over. The Knicks have won.
Có thể tự làm được rồi. Mình rất là tin tưởng Nhi của mình sẽ rất là khéo tay luôn. Mình làm với mẹ nhé. Nạm thật sạch, bỏ khoai tây đi. Sau đó mình sẽ thái ra thật nhỏ và đem đi hấp. Hấp chín rồi thì chúng ta sẽ nghiền khoai, thêm sữa cho béo và thêm phô mai. Món này thì mình có thể làm sốt với lại mì Ý hoặc là sốt với nấm đều ngon. Chấm bánh mì cũng ngon nữa. Ok, thì vào xong